home care agency owners don't get delayed because the state is hard. They get delayed for small little mistakes that they make during the licensing process. So if you're in the beginning phase of the licensing process, this video is for you.
So point number one I have is starting before you're ready. One of the biggest mistakes is preparing or sending off your application and you don't have an idea of what systems you need, okay? Because some states move pretty rapidly. You get a license in 2 weeks in some states, it takes several months. But not having those systems in place can cause a lot of delays. And what do I mean by systems? What payroll are you going to use? What home care software are you going to use? EVV systems, training, those type of things. You need to have at least an idea of what you will be using when you're approved and when you're ready to start accepting employees and clients. Point number two, using generic or non-state specific policies. Now, y'all know I talk about these policies all the time. Policies. That's a place that gets a lot of people stumped. But using policies that don't serve your state or don't, what is the word I want to say, that connect to the services that you provide is a huge red flag when you're applying. Be careful where you buy your policies. I know there are a lot of, things floating around and a lot of copy and paste. And, you buy these $1,500 policies and then they don't fit your state. And then people are discouraged and they're out of money. And it's an unfortunate matter that happens. But please make sure that if you cannot create your policies, and I've spoken in a video previously about how to create policies, that was my video. I'll try to put it up here if I can. But if you're looking for someone to help you create the policies, make sure they are well versed in the state that you're in and not just giving you a, hey, copy, paste, boom, put your name here type of policies. No, that's a red flag that will get your application denied. So point number three is not following state specific requirements. Now, I see a lot of people online following advice on how to start home care agencies, but sometimes the information does not pertain to the state that you're in, okay? Every state has its own rules, so you can't follow the things in Illinois for the state of Indiana. So be careful with that. Licensing is about precision and not guessing your way through. Point number four, waiting too long to set up files. Now, a lot of people contact me and they say, hey, can you help me start a home care agency? Hey, I can't get past the application process, which is cool. That's an easy task to be done. But it's the things that you do while you're waiting for your approval. Do you have your client files together? Do you have your employee files together? You get accepted for your license and within a few weeks, depending on what state, and then you scrambling to get all things together. Let's start and do things in order. Get those files together. You have to have 2 sets of files, client files and employee files. Number 5, undervaluing owner preparation. Now, surveyors are not just looking for paperwork. They're looking to see if you understand how to run the agency. They want to know what's your onboarding process. They want to know what's your if you have any complaints, how does a client or an employee file a complaint? There's different things that they look for, and they want to know if you're knowledgeable of the things that it takes to run your agency, okay? It's a red flag to them if they come and they say, well, hey, if a client comes to you and they have a complaint, what number do they call? And you say, well, I'm not sure. They call me or they call. Y'all, they're not finna go for that. They're gonna look at you and be like, do we want to issue this person a license because we're asking them questions about how to run their agency and they're not giving us a clear explanation? Maybe, just maybe, home care might not be for them. Now, I'm not saying that's exactly how it happens, but they're looking to see what type of understanding that you have. So for those of you that, you may be able to invest into a consultant or some type of help with starting your home care agency, a consultant, and I want to be clear on that, a consultant is someone to advise you, to walk you through the steps, to point you in the right direction. A consultant is not someone who runs your agency for you. That's on you. Licensing is not about being perfect. It's about being organized, consistent, and prepared. And if you want hands-on help starting your home care agency the right way, you could contact me directly. I'll put my link below to book your consultation appointment with me. Also, I have created 50 state guides, many guides to give you an idea of what it takes to start a home care agency in your state. Yes, all 50 states. Now,